y'all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and we are getting ready to join these grids together. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and reverse this one really quick, and hopefully it doesn't all blow up. Hey, the first connection is made. The second connection is about to be made. This is where it all gets tricky, because if it's going to blow up, it's going to be here. It didn't blow up, so we're good. Now, I have to get the rest of the bed in, get all of this stuff welded up. First, we have to get started, so let's go. So happy Monday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day and a terrific weekend. We are just finishing cleaning up this whole thing. And as you can see, we have a whole lot of grinders in there. Now, I'm going to be reproducing this. I don't know if I'm actually going to reproduce this or not on the top block. Because what I may do is we may just go ahead and put a gravity generator in under this thing, and then any vehicles that we bring in, we'll just grind a block out and put an artificial mass block on. I think that'll be easier and long-term cheaper to deal with. All right, so let's go grab some power here really quick while we're talking about what the future plans are for this thing. So, talking to some of you folks on Twitter, on YouTube, Discord, and basically what I'm hearing is everybody wants to see me turn this into an actual, a large, station-style build. And so that's what we're going to do. And what I want to do is we'll have one side of this be just the teardown portion. And we'll have the other side be the construction portion. Now, I may need to come back in at some point. Come here, you. How much? Is my tank's empty? Oh, my tank is empty. So what I may do is I may come back at some point and end up putting more grinders up on the ceiling of this room. But for now, we're not going to worry too much more about it. Let's go ahead and refill our hydrogen. Fill our oxygen, and we're just going to drop everything off because we can. I want to make sure that we don't have miscellaneous parts. We do have miscellaneous parts, okay. That one. Alright, so you are all that stuff. Alright. Production is actually finished with everything else. Okay. So what we have so far is we have our, well, effectively what's going to be our, I guess you'd call it a termination pit. Oh, and we'll have to pipe, we're pretty much going to have to run just a gigantic grid of conveyor junctions down here. Because when I placed everything, to show you, since we have these interspaced, there's only one side that everything connects through, and that's on the bottom, where the grinders, well, actually, I forgot, grinders are also only on the bottom now. I could swore they had, that's got to be the small grid version. No, yeah, that was the small grid version. Okay, so the large grid version of these things have connectors on two sides, one as a straight pass-through, and then it has the one at the bottom, and it has a collector on the top, right? So that's why I was saying is that you don't really need to have the entire array be grinders. Putting connectors in here, so this way if it hits something and these things are full, because it will happen, if you've got large enough items coming through, you can fill these things up faster than the system pulls parts out. and you may end up with floating debris. And that's what the rest of these collectors are for, is to catch that debris and hopefully not destroy the component in the process. Alright, so that gets us there. Let me see. We are going to need an upper array. So I'm going to... Let's see, where's our twinsies? Our twinsies are here, so that's the middle of our build. I put all my plates back. Of course I did, because, you know, reasons, right? Let's see here. Let's go ahead and grab a couple hundred plates. We're not too worried about it. But we do want to know where our center line is. Oh, look. I built the battery as a center line. Okay. Alright, so we're going to take those two out. And you are not part of my center line. You, however, are, so... We're going to do the same on the sides here. And it's kind of easy to find because it's the only place where we have the grinders doubled up. Ow. But what I want to do is make sure we have an easy way to spot where our center line is, because we're going to start mounting things like cargo containers, and we want to have some other stuff on these things. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and start mounting in our cargo. So if we do that and that, I want that's going to be at least 2 walls. So our cargo is going to be here. And we're going to do the same here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and put conveyor junctions in here. And we're going to mount the cargo on top of that. Alright. Because that's that'll put the cargo directly next to each other. Alright, so that'll give us... This one's going to be filled in. That one's also going to be filled in. And these are 20 long, so at 9 gives us... 3 is 18... 27. So if we just do 18, means we're going to have some dead space, which is fine. Probably do the dead space in the exact middle. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Actually, if we bring that in one, so, which is what we did, so we should be able to get 9 of these things here. So that's 1, 2, so there'll be 1 here, 2, 3, double space, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that should work. Okay. Let's grab some interior plates. Make this a little easier to see what we're doing here, right? Interior plates. There we go. Mount. We can get rid of these off of here. Get that off of there. Want that. And we want one of those. Okay. So we're going to have conveyor there, conveyor there, conveyor there, conveyor there, conveyor there, and one more there. Okay. That gives us 1, 2, 3. Skips a space in the middle, which is what we want. And 3. So that gives us our 6 cargoes. We'll repeat this over on this side to give us a whole lot of cargo space because we're going to need it. We're actually probably going to double this up where we'll end up with a second thing of cargo. And I think we're going to keep it open here in the middle. So we'll do something like this. Where we end up with a row there. Alright. Skip the space. Let's bring this back. I mean, technically I could actually get away with having another row of them, because that's going to be here. So that'll be 1, 2, yeah, we could actually have, wow, that's a whole lot of cargo. I mean, it's not like I won't go through it. We'll leave that available for future expansion, I think. But I don't think we're gonna place the actual cargo blocks in here yet. Whoop. So that's 1, 2, 3 will be there, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, I moved that in too. That's why it ended up weird. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, see, I moved this in, so yeah. Now that I know about it, it's gonna bug me. It will absolutely just bug the hell out of me. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and take all those out. See, this is why you always want to be paying attention to what you're doing. Because I think I just did it again, didn't I? Yep. Outer edge in 1, third block in. Okay, outer edge in 1, third block in. Yes, okay. That looks better. Right, so then we go cargo block,
energy low.
cargo block. That still seems like... No, that's right. That's right. Because we're an even number of blocks out. That puts us over the middle. That is what we want. Okay. And we want you on this line. We're going to take all these out again just so we can keep this straight. Okay. And yes, so that's our middle, and it's going to be true all the way over, so we're just going to go ahead and get that done really quick. And what that allows us to do is not to worry quite so much about the whole thing as we move forward. All right. Okay, so since we have that, this comes in 1 and there, right? Yes. Okay. Ah, crap. Where are you? There. Number 8. There you go. Oh, so much cargo space. So, yeah, this is basically what I've been doing. Trying to figure out, oh, hello, where everything needs to be and how I want to get things together. And since we're talking about this being a floating station at this point, what we will do is we're going to start planning around that. Instead of making this more of a combat ship, this is going to be
Energy critical.
think along the lines of probably something like Babylon 5, Deep Space Nine kind of things, where we'll end up having it'll be basically a hub for us to work from, and we'll probably end up parking it like in the middle of all the planets, somewhere over there-ish. Do it this way. Yeah, somewhere over there. So basically, we'll put markers on each of the planets, and this thing will have engines on it, so we'll actually be able to move it where we need to. But eventually, what I'd like to do is make it a system hub for everything going on around here. So we'll have some jump drives. You know, this thing is going to be ridiculously expensive by the time everything is said and done. I may need to spend a couple of real-world days going out looking for platinum, just so we can get all the thrusters and everything for this thing. Because it's, yeah, I am looking at just that center section. Before we even get to the point where we have a 3D printer on this, we're going to be looking at some ridiculous number of large ion and probably hydrogen thrusters to get it off the ground. And then once we have it off the ground, we'll this thing will never enter a planet atmosphere again. We'll do everything we can to keep it out of gravity wells. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick cut. We're going to duplicate what we have here, which will give us a ridiculous amount of storage that we will eventually use. We'll get this thing, we'll get the cargo pieces in first, and then we'll start working out from here. Okay, so let me do that quick cut, and we will be right back. And we're back. Okay, so, yeah. We have a lot of cargo in here, right? What is that, 24 cargo blocks? Not too bad, right? Now what we're going to do is, in order to keep the symmetry idea of this thing alive, is we're going to recreate the platform that these are on to build the upper level, which is where our 3D printer is going to be. We'll do the 3D printer portion of the build later this week. I'm not going to work on that for right now, mainly because of the fact that, well, it's a lot of stuff to deal with. Alright, so what does that mean we're going to do now? For now, we are going to put in a few things here. I want to get, let's say, the blast doors, because I want to have this set up. Get rid of that for now. You are going to be off of a different portion of the ship. So what we're going to do is have you come down. These are going to get replaced with blast doors. You're going to get replaced with blast door edges. Alright. So we're going to take this line out. Everything is connected. It's all one. That's all one grid now, as far as the game is concerned. And you come out. Okay. And we want you to be. Is that the edge? Yes. Okay. And so what this is going to do is if we do this correctly, it should give us an airtight edge. And I don't remember if... See, that's going to be a problem. That would be okay if we had pistons elsewhere. Yeah, I think we're going to need to do that. I mean, I guess we could... we'll leave it like it is.
Energy low.
Because technically, the edge of these are a mount point, but I don't think that it'll actually seal, is what I'm worried about. Because what I think we'll be doing is bring this down to here, and then we go make sure that is, no, that's the edge. That was the edge corner, rather. We just need the regular edges. So we're going to end up with something along those lines. Alright, and that's going to end up being... Actually, I guess we could, if we really wanted to, we could just make this be the bottom of the ship. Because we could style it up a little bit. I mean, if I wanted to have it so that this was hidden, we would have to do something like this. But if we don't care if it's hidden or not... I don't think we care if it's hidden. I think we are going to say... There it goes. I think we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. I don't think we're going to worry about it. Oh, frame rate dropping. Sim speed taking a hit. Because this thing is rather massive at this point.
Energy critical.
How bad critical? Oh, we're getting there. Okay. Yeah, so what I'll probably do then is just build a shroud out here to keep blocks and pieces from floating away too much. So we'll be able to capture as much of it as possible. Because this whole thing's going to drop down. At some point, it's going to drop down. Ship flies in. It starts closing. It just grinds everything up as the jaws close. All of those parts will get piped up here. And then recycled into other things. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll give us a good basis to build from. And then you guys are going to come out a wee bit. This wasn't quite what I was expecting to build originally. Oh, crap. Get me to a chair. Get me to a chair. Okay, I've got energy. I'm not going to die of hypothermia. Okay. Oh, I know how I can do this then. Yeah. Okay, so if we end up building that as kind of the front of it. You come out of here. Yeah. Because what I'm thinking here, let's do this from the front. Let's go something like this, maybe. And if we continue this style of line, and we'll come back and fill in some of these parts. What I'm thinking though is something that does effectively something like this. You know, gives us a somewhat nice edge to work with. I need steel plates. Really? I didn't think I used that many steel plates. Guess I did. Alright. Good to know. Alright. Let's go plates. Another couple hundred of those. Hydrogen tank refilled. Oxygen tanks refilled. Look at that. We're good to go. Okay. And then come here, you. Stop clowning around. All right. And then from here we do half block right there. Let's go here. Let's do this. Or at least something like this. All right. And we did. Because this portion of the piston is immobile, we're not worried about if we tie stuff into it. And then what this will do is give us a place to mount some thrusters that will poke through. I want that. What we'll be able to do is mount. Come on. Let's go bring this back a couple. And because of the way that the block damage works, these blocks should actually be safe from thruster damage. In fact, I may be able... Will I be able to get away with that? No, I won't be able to get away with that. That'll cause problems with that. So, but we can get... We should be able to get these guys to work. And not cause problems on that piston. Yep, that should actually work. Okay. And then what we can do here is we just basically repeat the blocks that we have. That would come back that way. That'll end up coming back this way. And since we're not worried about this area down here being closed off, we could, if we were so inclined, build a an artificial wall. Well, let's say artificial wall, I guess, would be a bad way of saying it, but you know what I mean, right? If we went... How about if we did something like this? Because that portion of the piston, like I said, that's not going to move. And having our thruster there. Hell, we could actually even get something like that. And let's take those out because we've decided we're not going to use those, and we want I guess we could do something like that, maybe? Or if we take you out and we go bring this back one. Could do something like that. How many plates do I have? Oh, I've got plenty. Let's take a look and see what this line looks like in here. And we could actually get... Oh, I know what we can do right here. Use the other one. Ah, yeah, I'm kind of liking that. I'll just show you what this would look like from the front. I think I like that. I don't like this portion here, so maybe what we could do with that would be, instead of what we had, maybe something like that. I mean, it might just be that that's too much chunk down there. So instead of that, what if we did... I know, we're not even through the primary build yet and we're already starting to greeble. Let's say, instead of that, if we go here and here. I kind of like that. Because what I'm thinking is that instead of making this an actual like hardcore station, we may end up building this into a giant ship after all. Because we end up with that kind of line here. Actually, I think I don't like that. I think I would rather go halvesies here. Oop. Let's try that again. No, I think see, I think that line is just, because if we, let me load this up really quick so you can see, hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm talking about here. That line just doesn't look right. Even if we load this up. So if we bring you back in. See, that corner just doesn't look right for some reason. And I don't know if it's because of what we're doing down here. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's because of that, the way we've done that, that rib looking design. I think the problem I'm running into is that I want it to be a consistent thickness all the way around. And we're not getting that right now. So I'd have to bring that out maybe, like make that a full block.
Low.
then do the two-part ramp, and then bring it around. That might fix what I'm seeing. But I think that'll make it too bulky. Alright, so I think we're at a point right now where I need to start thinking about the overall exterior shape. Because the big feature for, like I said, the big feature for this is the yard of grinding death in here. And I do think I'm going to come back through and replace some of these with grinders as well. Like I said, we'll just leave the collectors down on the bottom, because components are affected by artificial gravity as well as natural gravity, where some of the blocks are not. So I think it will, yeah, I think that's what we'll leave it for here. Alright, I'm going to thank y'all for stopping and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, there's a field or a area down below the video in case you are new to YouTube and haven't seen this yet. That's what they're there for. Anyway, if you enjoyed it and you want to see more, or you're just new to the channel and want to do something nice for me on this lovely day of whatever quarantine day we are on, I have lost track. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with new content as it comes out. There's a little bell icon next to the subscribe. You click that and tell it to let you know all notifications, and YouTube may actually send you notice when something goes on around this place. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy your week, and hopefully avoid that wonderful COVID stuff going around. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Oh, this is going to be a pain to weld up. I may go ahead and start welding all of this stuff up so that we can see what it looks like when it's all done. Yeah, maybe.